Our world is more polluted by plastics than it has ever been, and it only gets worse by the year. In 2019, fetuses were found to be containing microplastics for the first time ever. This may not feel relevant to you, but in reality, you consume plastics accidentally every single day. Plastic pollution harms us and the earth in more ways than we can imagine, but thankfully, there are many small changes to your life that you can make in order to reduce your contribution to plastic pollution. As I've learned more about climate change and pollution, I have implemented many successful lifestyle changes in order to reduce my plastic consumption, the most notable and easy of which being to stop using plastic bags in favor of cleaner alternatives. My hope is that this speech will motivate you to make the same change. Plastic is everywhere we look. Just turn your head and you'll be able to find countless amounts of it. It's in everything from food packaging to the clothing on our backs. But unfortunately, plastic, once thought of as a perfect material for its convenience and versatility, has become one of the greatest threats to our planet. Every year, plastic waste enters our oceans and landfills, wreaking havoc on wildlife and contaminating water sources. Polluted water is one of, if not the biggest harms caused by consumer plastic. According to National Geographic, an organization dedicated to environmental education, about 8 million tons of plastic waste enters our oceans every single year. Plastic bags are a huge contributor to this issue. They're convenient for us humans, but they are one use and almost immediately end up being thrown into the garbage. According to earthday.org, about 5 trillion plastic bags are produced annually, and almost all of them end up in landfills, most of which are in Earth's oceans. This may be surprising to hear, but it takes plastic about 400 years to degrade, meaning that the plastic floating in our oceans is around for centuries, killing mass amounts of marine life that attempt to consume it. According to UNESCO, an informative organization run by the UN, plastic waste in our oceans is the main cause of marine extinction, and by 2050 there'll be more plastic in the oceans than there will be fish. This statistic alone demonstrates how harmful plastic pollution is, but on top of that, it also has negative health effects for humans. Plastic degrades into tiny particles called microplastics, which end up in our food and water sources, and as I mentioned earlier, we end up consuming them. A scientific journal on microplastic states that the average person consumes a credit card's worth of microplastics every single week. Plastic bags are a huge contributor to all of these harms. And all these negative effects may feel really daunting, but there are many changes to your life that you can make that will have a big impact on plastic pollution. Simply put, we can slow the effects of plastic pollution by using less plastic. My favorite way to do this is to use tote bags. Tote bags are reusable, meaning that by using one, you lessen the need to use single-use plastic bags. This also causes a reduction in plastic pollution, as there are less plastic bags and plastic in general ending up in our oceans and landfills. Plastic bags, or tote bags, are also almost always made from sustainable materials such as cotton, canvas, or even recycled plastics, which makes their environmental footprint even smaller. Aside from the clear benefit of reducing plastic pollution, tote bags are also extremely practical for our everyday lives. They are extremely durable, so they are perfect for carrying groceries and running errands. Unlike flimsy plastic bags that often rip or tear, tote bags are built to withstand heavy loads and frequent use. By choosing tote bags over plastic bags, we can help preserve Earth's natural ecosystems, fight the global plastic waste crisis, and make our everyday lives easier. While this small change may seem insignificant, it has a lot of really big impacts in the end. By cutting down our plastic bag usage, we can literally help shrink the islands of trash in the ocean. According to an article written by the World Economic Forum on plastic bag bans, a reduction in plastic bag use is already having positive impacts on litter and plastic trash. States that have banned plastic bags have seen a significant reduction in litter around their cities and in plastic waste in general. Consuming less plastic bags also has larger impacts. We can literally save the current marine life that we have and preserve their habitats, while making our own lives healthier as we will consume less and less plastic. Ultimately, using less plastic bags will lead to a better and healthier future for us and the Earth. Earth is suffering. There's no way around it. Pollution, especially plastic pollution, is at an all-time high. A statistic from National Geographic posits that over half of all plastic manufactured has been manufactured in the past 20 years. This is a rampant issue, and by cutting plastic bags, we can contribute significantly to making our Earth a healthier and happier place. I hope that this speech has inspired you to stop using plastic bags and to use tote bags instead, because our Earth deserves a better future. Thank you.